Hello and welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and today we're going to be taking a look at new and upcoming releases in the luxury beauty industry. So all of my information comes from a variety of bloggers on the internet or on Instagram, and I have all of their information linked down below in the description box. So please check them out and support them. Thank you again so much to all of you who have shared these photos and details of these upcoming launches. So let's go ahead and we are going to start with an item from WZ Beauty. So his information is down below in the description box. So we are looking at Chanel Fall. So this collection is called Les Symboles de Chanel Oversize Illuminating Face Powder. So there are 9 different options, but it's really 3 colors with 3 different embossing options. And as you'll see, you can definitely notice some repeats here. So we've seen these before, or at least most of these before. The 3 shades are Warm Gold, Pearly White, and Precious Coral. And the intended release date is July 7th. So I'm not sure if that's an international release date or certain countries. I have to say I'm pretty disappointed though. Your regular larger highlighting palettes that come from Chanel for like holiday collections and so forth, I can't pan those. I already think those are very large. So to get something oversized like the one that was relatively recently released, I'm never going to get to use all of that. It's not going to be worth the money for me. And honestly, I would have preferred to see something new and innovative from them than repeat colors and embossings. So instead of kind of playing with the size of the palettes, I would like to see something new and different. So if they had done these like perhaps in a cream formula or something just like a little bit different to differentiate these from past releases, I think that would have been great. So I'm pretty disappointed in these. There's a chance I'll pick up one, but honestly, I think I might just wait and wait for another collection from Chanel. So those are kind of on my pass list. Next up, from Makeup on My Radar, we have the Dior Rosy Glow Blush. So there are 4 new shades coming out. Right now, the Dior Rosy Glow Blush, it came out in the pink shade originally. Wow, I can't even remember how long ago it was. It was definitely over a decade ago. I'm like pretty sure. I still have the very original one, and when that was released, it was kind of explained to be kind of this universal pink shade that works on every skin tone, and it'll adapt to your skin to give you the perfect blush color. So I'm not sure what kind of happened with kind of the whole idea behind that concept, but they did add shade 4 Coral relatively recently, and now they have 4 new shades coming out: Cherry, Mahogany, Rosewood, and Berry. So I don't know if these are still supposed to, work for every skin tone. I think now they are just a backstage blush collection. However, I think they look pretty. I'm definitely interested in picking them up. The pink Rosy Glow blush, when that came out, I think that was like the only blush I used for a year. So it was definitely a favorite of mine. And these are set to come out in June. So definitely looking forward to those. I don't know if I'll pick up all of them or not, but I will definitely be picking up at least 1 or 2 of them. The Rosewood shade in particular, I would really like to pick up. And next up, from Pat McGrath, and this information is directly from Pat McGrath, or, a whole bunch of these different accounts that I follow have also posted this, such as Makeup on My Radar, where we're going to be taking these pictures from, and Amit Beauty Talk as well. So she is now releasing cream blushes, and there are going to be 6 shades. These are called the Legendary Glow Color Bomb, and they retail for $29 US. So I'm excited to see cream blush from her. I feel like she would do an excellent job with that formula. However, I do think the packaging looks cheap. I am not a fan of the packaging. It does match the price point, so I can't really complain there. It kind of matches the price point. So, I'm probably going to pick up a couple of these. I'm going to have to kind of see what is in her specific sets. And, if you can customize the shades or if they are set shades, because she does vary that with different launches. So depending on how many is going to depend on, how I can customize what I would like to get. So I am going to try those. And then there's the Luxe Eyeshadow Quad in Passion Fleur. And this has plum and platinum bronze hues. It retails for $62. I'm not sure if I'm going to get this or not. I want to see some like real swatches, not just like computerized swatches. So we'll see. Hopefully those will release. She'll have like a demo or something before the actual launch. But you can sign up now on the Pat McGrath website for notifications for the launch. There's also a highlighting balm duo, and that's going to retail for $58. That I'm going to pass on, and it looks nice. I just don't need it. So moving on, Viseart. Viseart has released 3 new floret palettes. So floret is going to be a new line from them where you have blush and eyeshadows. So you have 4 eyeshadows and 2 blushes. As always with Viseart, these are all customizable. This information comes from Viseart, and again, several of these other accounts like Makeup on My Radar and Amma Beauty Talk and so forth. So they retail for $40 US, and yeah, you know, I love how you can customize these. I do think I have some of these repeat shades. You know, I have to look at it more closely, but I think, you know, the blushes at least are shades that I have. But I ordered all 3 of them. So, you know, they will, when they come, I will definitely post those. I'm excited to see something a little different from Viseart. I think these palettes look great for traveling. And yeah, I think they look really nice. So definitely can't wait to try those out. Now, on the Dior website already, you can see, you know, we've already talked about the new Dior eyeshadows. We've talked about the new Dior eyeliners, the new blushes, the new mascaras. So those are all things that are already available on the website. I've posted links to those in the community tab. I've already done a video on the eyeshadows and the eyeliners. My blushes should be coming soon. So I definitely can't wait to try them. But in line with all of those, Dior's just reformulating everything. They're trying to go cleaner. They're using more natural origin ingredients, which again, although cleaner, keep in mind natural origin just means that it's starting off from a natural ingredient. It does not mean that it necessarily stays a natural ingredient by the time it's in its final state. So just something to note there. So they have reformulated the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. So it's going to be $43 US. They currently have 43 shades available on the US Dior site, and it has 94% natural origin ingredients. So I'm not going to pick this one up. It's just not something I need. I'm kind of tired of just everything being reformulated. And we'll have to see how the blushes go. But the eyeshadows, you know, they're fine. Nothing wrong with the formula, but they're just not as good as the old ones in my opinion. So I'm a little disappointed with all of the reformulations personally. Next up, and we have some swatch pictures here that were posted by Amma Beauty Talk and some information from Anna at One Beauty News Russia. And this is the Guerlain Fall Collection. I cannot wait for this collection, but honestly, the quads are not what's pulling me in here. So we have 2 new quads in shades 258 and 910. They both look pretty warm, like warm neutrals. They look beautiful, but not anything like unique or unusual. They look like things I already have. So I'm gonna pass on the quads. But there are a lot of new lipsticks, and we all know I cannot resist a new lipstick, particularly Guerlain Rouge G lipsticks. I love their formulas. So we have 4 new velvets coming out in shades 139, 159, 539, and 819. And there are 3 satin lipsticks in 8, 15, and 9. And I don't know, maybe I'll get all of them, but I definitely am going to be getting some lipsticks. There are 2 new cases. They look like just your regular, you know, leather packaging that we've seen on some of the other Guerlain Rouge G cases, some of the originals, but this time we've got some brown shades to match the quads. You know, I'll have to go through and see if I need to pick up any more cases or not. If I don't need more cases, I won't get them, but I probably will. So I'll probably grab these 2. And then the Noir G mascara, which I did really like. It's out in brown, so I love brown mascara, so there's a good chance I'll pick up that. So overall, the Guerlain Fall Collection, I think, looks like a solid choice. Definitely some great neutrals. Is it new and innovative? No, but definitely some great everyday wear shades. So I'm definitely looking at least the lipsticks. Also, already out now on Hourglass, we have 2 new ambient lighting palettes. There are some repeat shades in these palettes from what I understand from some previous palettes that I believe were limited edition. So you might have some of the repeat shades. They do identify the shades on the Hourglass website. So we've got 2 palettes. There's a Blush and Glow, which has 3 blush shades and 3 highlighters, and the Sculpt and Set, which has finishing powder, bronzer, and highlighter. I'm passing on both of these. I'm not interested. I never end up using my 6-pan palettes from Hourglass. However, they did release a new trio, the rose one, and I did order that. It just arrived, but I haven't gotten a chance to use that yet. And yeah, I'll be having a review on that one very soon. I just think it looks really pretty. Now, also from Emma Beauty Talk, we have a new item from Chanel coming out soon. It's already in Europe, but it'll be coming to the US soon. This is the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Cream. And this is a little different. You know, at first glance, it looks like they're cream bronzers, but this is actually going to be like one of those rosy tint products. But I believe the formula is going to be more similar to the bronzer. However, it's described as a cream gel product, so it might have a little bit of a lighter texture. There are a couple of reviews out. I purposely have not watched those. I want to try this for myself. So I am interested in trying this product. So according to Emma Beauty Talk, this is a cream gel product that evens out and illuminates the complexion with a subtly rosy veil. It's a lightweight formula that is easy to blend and leaves skin looking smooth, even, and luminous. So definitely curious about this. So I'm glad to see something a little different from Chanel. And speaking of new items from Chanel, we have just another thing here coming out soon. This information comes from WZ Beauty, and we have a few new kind of random Chanel products. I don't think these are part of a particular collection, but the Chanel No. 1, we've got that foundation from Chanel No. 1, which looks like this. In similar packaging, we are now getting a skin enhancer. So I might pick that one up. I'm curious about that. It looks pretty. It looks like also it's going to have a little bit of a rosy tint to it. So we'll have to see. There might be multiple shades. I'm not really sure. So that, yeah, definitely curious about that. And then we also have the Chanel La Mousse Clarifiant. And, not going to pick that up. There's also the La Base, or I'm not sure if that's, you say it base or Basse. La Base Mattifant as well, which is going to be a makeup primer, and it's supposed to be mattifying and moisturizing. So, I might get that one. So curious about that. And I am starting to kind of get low on some of the primers that I've been using a lot. So you can see this is my Viseart, which don't worry, I already have 2 more bottles. That's still my number 1 favorite. This is the Euphoria I've been using a lot. And then I'm also almost out of my Cle de Peau. So yeah, I might very well pick up the Chanel primer and try that out. I probably will. Also already released the Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm collection. So this launched last week, and I did post that on the community tab if you haven't seen it yet. But this is a Pinkgasm collection. There are 2 shades of the Jewel Lips lip gloss in Pinkgasm and Pinkgasm Sunset. They retail for $32 US. These are already on the Charlotte Tilbury website. We have the Beauty Light Wand in Pinkgasm Sunset for $42 US. And the Pinkgasm palette for $42. It's going to be Pinkgasm Sunset palette for $42 US. I'm passing on these. They just looked a little bit too deep for my skin tone. They look pretty, but they're nothing that I need. So I'm passed on those. A couple other items that I have already released that I've also announced on the community tab. So if you're not checking the community tab, you can find that if you go to the home screen for my YouTube page. If you're on desktop, you'll just see the little rose right at the top. If you are subscribed to me and you're scrolling on your phone through the app, community posts kind of pop up, or you can go to my channel and scroll through the tabs at the top to find community as well. So moving on, we have the Givenchy Prism Libra powders. So this was one of the limited edition ones, but they now have a mini size, which I believe is going to be in the same size container as the blushes. So here's the powder, here's the blush size. I believe the mini powders are the same packaging as the blushes, the same size packaging. And yeah, I think this is a great way to try out the powder, to have a smaller size for traveling. Honestly, I like a variety of powders. So for me, I would definitely purchase the sizes in the mini instead of the full size so I could go through them a little bit more quickly. But, you know, obviously you're going to get a better value with the bigger ones still. However, there are only 3 shades currently in the mini powders. So am I going to pick one up? No, I have plenty. I don't need them. There are not new shades, just 3 of the ones in the permanent range. And yeah, overall, I think they are a great option. Really glad that they introduced those. Also, we have the Tom Ford Soleil collection. And I'm going to put this swatch picture up here if I can find it from Beauty Luxe E, who has swatches of the Tom Ford, the the Tropical Dusk palette from the Soleil collection. And you can see that the promo photos make everything look kind of bright and vibrant, but her in real life swatches look much more soft and muted. Honestly, I just feel like these colors are ones that I already have. I feel like most people already have these. I'm kind of disappointed with how different the swatches look from the actual promo photos because I was considering that palette. The rest of the collection, it looks pretty gold. Like those highlighters look gold. If you look at the promo photos on the websites, the highlighters on the models, they just look like gold sparkle. So, yeah, you know, if I was considering anything, it was going to be that particular eyeshadow palette and possibly one of the lips, but I decided to just pass on the whole Soleil collection. I just think it's not going to be something that I use a ton of. And moving on to the new YSL shadows. So these are the Couture mini clutches, and these are new quads from YSL. They are released already in some countries in Europe, such as France. So looking at the YSL France site, and by the way, thank you to Chic Profile Official, who, you know, I saw from her that they were available on their website. We have 7 different quads available there for 64 euros each. They have a variety of shades. You know, I have to say none of the shades are super, aside from the blue palette, which I believe is limited edition, the other 6 are permanent, and the shades are nice, kind of classic shades and color stories, but nothing like unique or wild or crazy. So I will definitely be trying 1 or 2 of these palettes, maybe even 3. We'll see how they go. And they should be available in the US relatively soon. I think June, but I cannot find anything to confirm a date for the US release. However, I am definitely interested in trying these out. And last up from One Beauty News Russia, we have the Dior Rouge Lipstick Limited Edition collection. So this has been translated. So with the translation, it says it's called the Rouge Dior Lime Blue Gold Lipstick Limited Edition collection. That seems like an interesting name, so I'm not sure if that translation was correct. But this collection of lipsticks, we have 9 lipsticks with 3 different finishes: velvet, satin, and metallic with gold in there. And these were all inspired by the film industry and screen stars. So the shades that they're bringing out with this special embossing, they are not all new shades. You might find a certain shade in perhaps a new finish, but I believe all of the actual shades and color numbers are ones we have seen before. So we have 720 Idol or Idol. That's going to be available in velvet, satin, and metallic. They're describing that as a red bean shade. 753 Focus will be available in a satin formula. That's going to be your ruby red. We have 776 Dream, which is a plum wide shade, and that will be available in the metallic finish. 840 Shine, which will be available in both the satin and the metallic finish, and that's going to be a maple brick color. And then we have the classic 999, and that's available in velvet and satin. And again, those are regularly available in the permanent line, but they are going to have the special embossing for this collection. I'm not planning on picking up any of those. So, you know, embossing looks nice, colors look nice, but, you know, I already know that I have a few of those, like the 999s. So they're just nothing that I need to add to my collection. However, if you have been considering adding one of those to your collection and you really like the embossing, I think that's a good opportunity to buy it during one of these limited edition, you know, offerings. But yeah, that's basically it for me. So I would love to know what you're looking forward to from these releases. Anything else that's kind of striking your fancy, or are you kind of bored with the releases? I have to say overall, I guess I'm waiting to see more of the fall pictures. The fall pictures that we've seen coming out, most of them are kind of like browns and nudes and things like that, which are nice, but I'm still looking for something really exciting and I haven't seen that yet. So I'm crossing my fingers that something really great is going to wow me soon. But I do find overall these new releases coming out are nice, but nothing, again, nothing super wow. So thank you so much for tuning in. And again, please support the people who, share this information. Anna at Beauty Talk, WZ Beauty, Anna at One Beauty News Russia, and Chic Profile Official. I'll have all of their information down below in the description box. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you soon.